and how traumatic that shit can be.
Yeah.
And not wanting to talk about it afterwards because shit, you either lived it or I've seen somebody that did.
Yeah, I've seen some shit, lived it too. But that's one of the other things too, right? The images that we see on TV and the things that we're listening to can have an effect on us as well. You're sitting there talking about watching shootings and brutality all the time, right? It's kind of desensitizing to certain groups of people, don't you think?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm one of them. Things that people find traumatic or like I can't watch that shit. I say I don't see the problem, but I do understand that I probably should have some reaction to it because it's not normal. Things I don't want my kids to see. I don't want them to see them because I can't quite explain it to them yet. Say, for instance, they'll see a show where a kid gets treated differently, experience racism on TV, and just telling them because he's black to me is not a good enough answer.
It's not. That's not a good enough answer.
It's too broad of an answer. And kids these days are more intelligent, I think, than we were when we were that age. So they need more of an explanation. So I have to explain to them that not only because the kids experience that because they're black, but because the person that's doing it to them feel inferior in some kind of way.
Correct.
They fear what they can't obtain. Not that they don't understand it, they can't obtain it, but they really don't get it either. So, but
yeah, they don't hate you. They don't
get to it.
They don't hate you because you're black. They hate you because they aren't. Like that's where it all stems from. I guess the other term that I've used before would still be the fear of the black man's dick. So that's been institutionalized for a very long time. I think 16 is when that whole situation started. But they've been institutionalizing racism and pushing it on us for a very long time. And to be able to explain that to a child, you need to be able to sit them down and break it down to them in a certain manner, certain type of way, so they have understanding of it. But like you said, these kids are not dumb. They are not dumb, and they have the internet in their hands, or they have a laptop or whatever, so they know how to pull up this information and go back over what you're saying to them. If you're lying or not, they know how to look it up and see what it is. But definitely, man, the TV does desensitize you. I can't front. I like violent movies. And to certain parts of those same violent movies that I watch, I also know that what I'm watching isn't necessarily true, because I know in those certain scenarios in real life, being around some of those type of people, they don't happen like that all the time. You can't play with nobody's life out here in the streets. So, but the violence that they show on TV and everything like that, it's something that I've seen in real life. Like I'm not necessarily moved by it, but I do enjoy watching how it's played out on TV,
Right.
And to a certain degree, ingesting that constantly doesn't do anything for me. Sometimes I have to ask myself, like, why are you sitting here watching this? Why are you watching this when you could be sitting down reading a book? The same amount of time, an hour and a half, 2 hours that you sat there and watched that, you could be reading a book. And I got plenty of books that I still need to finish reading. One of the other things that I was recently talking to someone about, because they told me they listened to the last episode, and they was like, did someone ever tell you, like, when you were dealing with tough times, to pray about it? And I was like, and they said, ask God to help you. I was like, well, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that heard that.